Chapter 13, P.U. When Cody woke up the next morning, Dad was already gone, but he had left a note on her pillow. Dear little seed, take care of Wyatt and Mom. I'll be back soon. Big buckets of love, Dad. When Mom poked her head in the doorway, she was holding her ashtray. I miss him already too, she heaved a sigh. To make things worse, Mr. O'Becker asked me to come in early today. Asked me. Ha ha. She walked down the hall, laughing way too loud. As if. Poor Mom. The Whim-Whams were winning. Cody found her markers. She turned over Dad's note and drew a red circle. In the middle, she wrote her message, then made a fat red slash across it, like those signs for no smoking. In the kitchen, she found Mom's big work binder and slipped the note inside. Today was turning out to be the day of notes. Another one lay on the table. Cody, act normal or suffer a slow and painful death. From W. Click, click, click. Mom came into the kitchen wearing her electric blue dress and her silver sandals with kitten heels. She'd just poured her coffee when the doorbell rang. You must be Peyton, said Mom, right on time. Peyton wore a red sundress and sparkly flips. She and Mom admired each other's outfits. Then Mom gave her a quick tour of the house and a list of 500 emergency numbers. Peyton nodded and smiled. I kid sit all the time. She made it sound like it was a question, though. Wyatt should be home around 5, said Mom. I'll probably be late again. We start inventory today. Wow, said Cody. Are you going to invent new shoes? Mom and Peyton laughed merrily. It was like they were instant best friends. Mom gulped her coffee and grabbed her binder. I'll call at lunchtime. And then it was just the two of them. I have to feed the ants, said Cody. All right, said Peyton. She pulled out her phone and began texting. She was still texting when Cody came back inside. Cody narrowed her eyes. You're popular, aren't you? She said. Me? Peyton looked surprised. I wish. Peyton smelled delicious. She smelled like a recipe Mom made with apricots, cinnamon, and chicken, only without the chicken. Cody sniffed her own hair. Nothing. I have boring hair, she realized. So, you're Wyatt's little sister, said Peyton. How come you say everything like a question? Said Cody. There's Peyton. Peyton's cheeks got rosy. It's a bad habit? It's a bad habit. I'm trying to break it. Break it. I used to suck my thumb, said Cody. Oh, me too, and twirl my hair at the same time. Peyton had a toe ring. It was a silver dolphin with a twinkly green eye. She let Cody try it on, and she said it looked so perfect Cody could have it. You have really long toes, Peyton said. My aunt says that is a sign of intelligence. It was getting harder by the minute to dislike Peyton Underwood, but then Cody reminded herself this girl had broke Wyatt's tender heart. Too bad my big brother's not here, she said. He's at doctor camp. Really? Peyton looked amazed. I might want to be a doctor, but I got a D in science this year. That's just a pothole on life's long highway, Cody told her. Peyton's phone rang. While she talked, an idea planted itself in Cody's brain. It grew super fast like the bean in Jack and the Beanstalk. By the time Peyton hung up, the idea was so big it practically lifted off the top of her head. There are some things I'd like to show you, she said. All right, said Peyton. In the bathroom, Cody held up Wyatt's anti-pimple soap. He uses this every day. He is very clean. Peyton's mouth did a funny little twist thing. Next, Cody showed her Wyatt's exercise bar. Here, he works out every day. Ask him to show you his muscles. Next stop on the tour of Wyatt was the computer. Think about it. Why is Cody doing this? Why is she giving Peyton a tour of Wyatt? What is she hoping will happen? He sits here for hours a day, said Cody. You may not have noticed, but he is a genius. If you want someone to help you get an A+ in science, Wyatt is your man. Peyton sat down in the chair and twirled it around. Apricot and cinnamon perfume spun out into the air. Your brother seems nice, said Peyton. Too bad he's so shy. Everyone calls him Quiet Wyatt. Quiet, said Cody. He is not in the least bit quiet. He'll talk your head off if you let him. One thing I so hate is a show-off, said Peyton. Show-off, said Cody. The last thing he is a show-off. I like in the middle. Not too shy, not too conceited, said Peyton. The middle, said Cody. That's exactly where Wyatt is. Now she had to sit down too. Convincing someone to fall in love really took it out of you. When Wyatt got home later, Peyton gave him a big smile. Wyatt got very interested in his shoes all of a sudden. We had a great day, she told him. Okay, he told his shoes. Your little sister's like the world's funniest and cutest. She adores you? Huh? Well, I better get going. Out of the conversation, Wyatt just nodded. When Peyton was gone, he opened the fridge and stared into it so long you could practically watch his hair grow. Cody wiggled her toes. If you did this just right, the dolphin on the ring looked like it was swimming. Peyton is interested in you, she said. Wait. Wyatt spun around. His face wore the same naked baby bird look as Spencer's did when he took off his glasses. She didn't say that, he said. She said that? He started to put her in a headlock, but then he changed his mind. Instead, he poured them both a tall glass of chocolate moo juice. And even though it wasn't quite exactly perfectly 5 o'clock, he let Cody play My Darling Pets on his computer. You might think, what a nice way to end the day, and you'd be right. Except it was not the end of the day yet. That's where we're going to stop.